Hey guys, happy Monday. It is the last Monday of October and the first Monday of our wellness workshops. So I'm really excited to be on here with you guys. I legit just walked in the door like an hour ago, home from our weekend away. In that hour, we carved a pumpkin and my husband's doing meal prep. So we're getting all the things caught up while we blast through setting up our week. So I just really want to acknowledge all of you guys that have stayed present and just really stayed focused even through the ups and downs, the peaks and the valleys of life, staying plugged into you. And that's super, super important, right? Is that even though sometimes there might be a fog that comes over and we feel a little bit lost, just knowing that there's other people there is super important. So thank you everyone for just staying plugged in for you. It's a good thing. So with that, I did some reading this weekend and I wanted to share with you guys winnings. So we are reading the Go on Fuck Yourself. I feel awful saying it. It's from the book, but we actually say the title. I'm swearing at you all. But we've been reading this book and for me, it's just really resonating exactly right now where I'm at. Can you guys hear me okay? Kind of, maybe a little bit. Okay, I might switch rooms. Yeah, sorry, Matt's like cooking something. It smells delicious. I'm gonna switch rooms here really quickly. Hold, pause, grab all this, grab that. It's all good. We will move upstairs. So this book has been fantastic, and it really just talks about like what we project to ourselves. And I want to share with you guys his thought process on winning. Because so often I think that we have this like persona of what winning means, you know, whether it's perfection, whether it's everything in place, whether it's like setting, it's dark in here, sorry guys, setting everything up. So he talks about winning in a different perspective and I love it. So his viewpoint, his name is Gary John Bishop, is that no matter what you're doing, you're already winning. You're already winning at your life. You're winning at the life that you're choosing to have. Okay, so the example that he gives is one of relationships, right? So I want you to listen to this and listen to this from a point of just a neutral, like maybe this scenario doesn't apply to you, but where in your life could it apply to? And so he talks about what if you're actually driven to prove the notion that no one will ever love you? What if it was planted there as a subconscious reaction to a turbulent childhood, a bad breakup, or something of the like? And what if this pattern buried deep into your subconscious, you actively and deliberately undermined the success of your own relationship? You became sensitive to problems when there were none. You started picking, getting annoyed, and blowing up at the tiniest of things. And over time, you proved your point, and the relationship reached its obvious, final, and natural conclusion. No one will ever love me. So in that, you've convinced you weren't worthy of loving, and you weren't worthy of being in a loving relationship, and you systematically set out to prove that, and you succeeded. Congratulations! If you think this is starting to make you sound like a hopeless, sadomasochist, I don't know how to say that word, but I know when I read it, I say it out loud in my head. Don't worry, there's a silver lining. So you may not relate to this exact example as I described above, but you see how powerful our thoughts are, that we're constantly pushing towards goals, even when you don't realize the goals that you're actually working on. So this really resonated because you guys, our brains are wired to win. Our brains are wired to win. I will give the scenario of when you buy a car, right? So when you go out and you buy a car, I used to drive a Ford Escort ZX2. And before I bought that car, I did not see any of them. I never saw any of those cars anywhere. And then I bought the car. And guess what I saw everywhere? That exact same car. And I know so often that'll be like, I bought this, or you'll name hey, here's a perfect example. I named my kid. I'd never heard that name before. I named my kid, and then it seemed there's like my daughter, Caitlin. There's like 8 of them in her class, right? Our brains are wired to win. So when we identify something that's important to us, whether we subconsciously or consciously do it, our brains are going to set out on this like task force mission to make it a success. And so that's where our self-talk and our self, who we are to ourselves is so valuable and so important, because when you do speak those things into your brain, you're going to attract them into your life because you want your brain to for it. Yeah. Done. So for the most part, you're basically on autopilot, mindlessly gouging your way through life's predictable muddy fields. So there's hope, you guys. You are the ruler of your own domain. So first off, you have to uncover and realize in which ways you've limited yourself. So for those of you guys that are listening and you're listening with an open mind, I just want you to think of like, where is an area of a loop, right? Why there's something in your life that this always keeps happening to me. This is always the same, right? And so just from a positive place, start to take some looks at it. Maybe start to write down some little notes about it. Start to write down some of your beliefs about that, right? So we've talked a lot about limiting beliefs in our book club over the last couple of weeks, just in the beliefs that we have and what they account for us. Next week on Monday's call, we'll do actually a little quiz. My mentor did it with me a couple weeks ago. It was super important. Speaking of just labels, right? Labels and what those limiting beliefs create for us. So I just want you guys to be aware that you are winning. You are winning. I just want you to choose the things that you want to win at. This is why we talk about vision boards. This is why we talk about setting your goals. This is why we talk about making them proclaimed and sharing them with other people so that they become real, so that you tell your brain, I'm going to go get this. I'm going to go get this. I had one of my clients last week. She's like, I haven't been on the elliptical in a long time. I really know I need to get back on it. Life's just really hitting me right now. I haven't taken that time. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes. I'm like, awesome. Tell me when you did it. I get a message 15 minutes later. I did it. I did 15 minutes. I did it. I'm like, awesome. She's like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to do 17. I'm like, that's amazing. Right? So it was just, she got active in saying, this is something I want my brain to do. I know maybe I haven't been doing the best at it lately, but I'm going to be willing to at least put thought into positive of I can make a change there. Okay. On the weekend, she did 20 minutes, right? It doesn't have to be 7 days a week, 4 hours a day. Your goals just have to be something that are putting you on a path to where you want to end up. Okay. We talked about that. The one note that I got out of this weekend that really sat in my brain. 5 years is going to come. 5 years from now, you're going to arrive no matter what. Is it going to be an arrival of your destination of choice, or is it going to be an arrival of your circumstances? Okay, so wherever you guys are going, time's going to happen. That time's going to come. Is it going to be time? Are you going to arrive where you want to be, or are you going to arrive just where you ended up? Okay, so those are some fun things. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. I'd love to hear feedback as always. If there's something that you stood out or a limiting belief or something that you just want to share, I'm always here, open ears. Next, I want to talk about protein. I learned some fun things. So we've talked about protein lots, right? We know protein helps build tissue, it repairs muscle, it keeps us fuller longer, it's a fantastic amino acid, it's a building block, it really just takes great care of us. Did you also know something, you guys? Did you know that it helps balance hormones? Okay, so making sure we're getting enough protein in our diet helps balance our hormones. So let's give an example. So what if we end up eating more carbs or simple carbs that are high sugar and less protein? What do you think that's going to happen to our emotions? Are they going to be kind of like a roller coaster? Right? Woo, sugar rush and crash. Woo, sugar rush and crash, right? So when we eat, food is I've seen so much on this lately, especially when we talk about anxiety, when we talk about stress, when we talk about sleep patterns, how much nutrition is directly related to that. What are you putting in your body? Because your body's going to use that, right? You think of the fuel you put in your car. If you go and stick cheap oil, or if we go stick 5W30, okay, we live in Alberta, it's going to get cold. If you stuck 10W30, my husband's downstairs going, wrong oil, baby. So if you stick the 10W30 in your engine over the winter, what's going to happen to it? It's going to slow right down. It's going to get too cold. It's going to be too thick. The engine's going to have a really, really hard time working, right? So you want to make sure that you guys are fueling yourselves properly. So a couple ways that we can get more protein into our diets. Okay, first off, tracking it. So a couple years ago, we used to have our client groups. How we supported was every day we'd send in our macros, and that was just it. And so I was with Nikki and her team, and we're all hanging out in our hotel room and all chatting. And Nikki, still to this day, her clients send a picture of their macros to her every single day. And that's how they stay accountable, because she's there the one day and she's like, girl, you only ate 70 grams of protein. You want to know why you ain't getting results? Because you only ate 70 grams of protein. So I am letting you guys know, for everyone, I've reached out to a bunch of people already. Feel free to take a screenshot of your macros, take a screenshot, track your food. You want to know what's going on, you want to see your results, you gotta start paying attention to it. So track your food. How much protein are you getting in? So let's make sure first off, you're getting enough protein. Okay, we're getting enough protein, enough carbs, enough calories, enough vitamins and minerals. We want to focus on the macronutrient and micronutrient rich foods. And then we want to make sure that they're hitting our goals for us. So you guys, I have a Telegram app is where I do a lot of my communication for business stuff now. So feel free to send me your screenshot of your macros every single day. I would love to see them, and just thumbs up, tips, this, that. And biggest thing is the accountability part of it. The accountability part of it. So many of us are going through a journey, right? I want to give a shout out to Raina. I think it was 43?
40.
40. Okay. 40 pounds down, right? And so you've hit that, and you got the maintenance. I saw your message last week, and I'm holding steady. I'm happy there, right? And I know Matt went through this too, where he got that and he's like, okay, well, what's next? Right? What's next? Now I'm like, oh, I hit my goal, right? So then Matt started to fall in love with, like, he all of a sudden he started to see how he could shape his body, right? How we could start doing some different fitness, right? So it's not about like, we always just get to be 1% better. So wherever you're at right now on your journey and whatever your goal looks like, know that it's exactly where you need to be. It's exactly where you need to be, and it's your journey and it's your race. Okay? It's not comparable to anyone else. Not comparable to anyone else. It's your journey, it's your race, and we're just all here to support each other and give that guidance as a team, all knowing that, hey guys, this is our healthy unit. This is our healthy unit. So feel free. Protein helps balance your hormones, and it also helps with immune function. Okay, so you want to make sure that we're staying healthy throughout the winter. Often when we eat leaner proteins and more of them, we are full. So guess what we're not eating? Junk that doesn't do anything for our system. Okay, so it's super important. Lean proteins and fiber should be two of the most important things that you're tracking throughout the day, because it keeps you full, it keeps your tissue healthy, and it keeps your digestive tract moving. So that is my shares with you guys today. So we have one other topic that I would love to discuss with you. We just finished up a challenge. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the challengers. We tried some new things this challenge, and I'll be honest with you, we're going to ditch them and go back to what was working on Facebook. So thank you for everyone as we tried to transition and just kind of see if there was a different way that worked. But we're just going to move for all future challenges and all those kind of things. They'll just be right on the Fit Champs page. All my one-on-one client conversations or that kind of stuff will still happen on Telegram, because I legit have messages out the gazoo, and I never want any of you guys to get lost. So trying to get a little more function there. But yes, so I just really want to acknowledge all of you guys for being, for dealing with transition, right? And for plugging in and sticking it out. I just want to give you guys all a huge, absolute amazing shout out. We have 5 incredible ladies that did submit their photos in. So you guys did finish this right out of the 27 challengers. And believe it or not, that's generally actually an average ratio. So I want to give you guys all a huge shout out. And I know there's so many of you that are watching the recording right now that played full out. I saw your logs coming in the entire time. I know we've stayed in contact. We've done this. You didn't send in your photos. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean anything right or wrong. It just means you didn't send in your photos. So don't carry any baggage with that. Release yourself of any negative thoughts that you're putting towards that, because it's okay. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just something you did or you didn't do. Okay, so I just really want to acknowledge every single one of you that first off signed up for the challenge. Okay, you took that leap of saying, I'm ready. I want to put myself out there. Okay, yeah, thank you, Raina. Okay, second, those of you guys that played along, that you read the emails, you watched the videos, you stayed in contact, you posted on the page. That's all super important. Okay, all super important. So I just want to give an acknowledgement to every single person that stepped into this, raising our standards of what's possible for us. What's possible for us in this region, what's possible for us in this community, what's possible for us in our lives and our families. So huge shout out to all of you guys. I'm really excited about this. So I got to share all the photos while I was down in the States, and I got to see people's reactions right away. And I just want to just give you guys all a huge shout out. We do have top 3. So we're doing top 3. The first one is, she's on the call with us right now. And I just really want to give her a huge acknowledgement because her positivity is always just beaming. She's constantly sharing and just being a positive influence and cheerleader beyond belief. She's the first to post and always sharing things. So I want to give a huge shout out to Raina. Congratulations, lady. Good job.
Thank you.
Very welcome. So you have yourself $25 cash and a $25 product gift certificate. Okay, so you get
that's awesome.
Congratulations. What is one big thing that you think, like, coming out of these challenges, because I know that's where you started with us early in the spring, what's one big thing that you're excited about knowing you have in your life now?
I was honestly really worried about doing the maintenance afterwards. And even still with my knee injury now for 3 weeks, I honestly, I did fluctuate. Couple pounds here, a couple pounds down. So I was actually really shocked, even with that, maintaining with my shakes and my teas, I still maintained my weight. So that was very positive, and my other numbers still went up. My water intake, my age, that went down. I was still really shocked about that. So I was super excited. I was stripping down in the back, and Trisha's like, "Are you getting naked back there?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm doing my numbers."
Yep. You know, the regulars, when they come in, they just take the scale and close the door. They're like, I love it. I love it. Congratulations.
Thanks, lady.
I absolutely love it. And you're right. Maintenance is, a lot of times that can be a big stressor for people, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, I've hit this goal now. What's next? Right. And so I just really want to acknowledge you and thank you for that share. I know so many people need to hear that so often. So
thank you.
You're welcome. So second place, this lady is, she inspires me so very much with how committed she is, especially on the fitness end of things. She's always on the go. She puts her family first, like so many of us do. And she does a lot of home workouts, and bless her, because I think home workouts have to be some of the hardest ones to do. And so many of you guys do them, but there's so many distractions at home. So many things that pull us of like, well, I didn't get this done, so I shouldn't do that yet, or this didn't happen, so I shouldn't do that. So I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Sarah Fabris. Congratulations, lady. You have taken second place in this challenge, so you're getting yourself a $50 cash and a $50 product gift card. And just your consistency of just through the transition of military family back and forth, Franco's home, life is changing all the time. And again, just staying plugged into, every day might not be perfect, but I'm going to stay plugged into my goals and my why. So Sarah, congratulations. Not on the call here, but you watch the recording, send us a message. We got some gifts for you. First place. I am so excited about this. This lady is kick-ass, by the way. Huge inspiration for me because her consistency through so many things, her consistency through my fails even has just always been inspiring to me. She's always comes with such grace. She's got a beautiful family. She's doing her thing. Again, another home workout powerhouse. And I'm just very, very inspired by her. And I'm so excited to announce her as first place because I think is very deserving for so many areas. So Miss Janet, you are on the call. I know, right? Yes, congratulations. You took first place this challenge actually by a landslide. So not to say anyone else, but you definitely, so many people were just inspired by you when I got to share your story and just who you are for our community even. So you are getting yourself $100 cash, and then we've got a $100 product gift card for you. So congratulations. Is there anything you want to share? I don't know if you're on video. I know you're not on video right now. Maybe. No, I always put people on the spot. That's okay. Okay, so I just really want to say congratulations, Janet. She might be doing kids' beds or something like that. Oh.
Hi, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just working out on the treadmill. Oh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. What is one thing that you think over the last year, has been a big thing that's been a big change for you that's
helped you on track and get you where you want to be?
I think just the consistency of it all, the accountability. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think just trying to stay consistent and keep losing weight has been good.
That's
Kind of
awesome.
like now, though, I have reached my goals, so I'm hoping to maintain just like everybody else.
Especially going into Christmas, right? So
Yeah.
accountability more than ever right now is super important. So congratulations, lady. My cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt for all of you guys right now, but I just know you've been working so hard, and even like in the summer challenge, you were doing handstands and push-ups above. So I just really want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'll let you get back to your workouts. Love it. Okay, so prizes will be available to pick up, you guys. I'll have them at the club Wednesday. We do have shirts coming, so we've got some Rise Stronger t-shirts coming for all of our finishers. Okay, so you guys will have those coming. They're just getting printed right now, so once they're ready, I will post them on the page. Going forward, we are going to have Monday calls every Monday at 8:30. Okay, so that's one thing that for me, I know is very powerful for me. It also helps create and bond our community. So we will have calls every Monday at 8:30. They'll be on Zoom. That way I can slide share because I like to put up pictures and do those kind of things. And we're going to talk nutrition. We're going to talk mindset. We're going to just inspire each other. We're going to hear each other's stories. We're going to stay connected. We're going to stay accountable. And that's going to go through all the way through December. It's going to be our wellness workshop together. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful first off for our region. Traveling, you guys, I love going and seeing what's happening, but I also so importantly love coming home, because the one thing that Mark Addy, who's my mentor and he was the main speaker, really hammered home this weekend was right now the world needs us. As much as we might think that, things are getting better or obesity or people are more aware of health, obesity is at an all-time high. Children are at an all-time high. Sugar and those kind of things are at an all-time high. So I just really want to acknowledge you guys for stepping into an area that isn't the norm, right? Stepping into a space and saying, I'm going to make a change, even though making the change isn't always the easiest. And so for me, I come home to Western Canada and I go, this is where my home is. This is where my heart is. And I'm excited to build here, to be here with you guys, and to make an impact in our region, to make an impact in our lives. My husband, I'm going to give a shout out to you because your story as he sits there, Jill talked. So Jill Addy, Mark and Jill did the training this weekend. So I'm going to leave on this, you guys. We all, when we take this on, no matter the income, no matter the career, no matter the club, no matter what, I will always do Herbalife because of the impact that we get to make in the lives we get to change. And she shared about her brother, her younger brother, who had actually dropped out of college. He was massively overweight. He was just kind of like, his life was just kind of going downhill 14 years ago when they found the products. And they called their whole family and they're like, by the way, there's a box of stuff on the way to your house. We're starting this business and we're going to do this together. Her brother went on to lose over 100 pounds and went back to college. God is, you know what I mean? Like he got the transformation changed his life. And she talked about that and you could see how deep and emotional it was for her, because when someone's life around you changes that strong, you know that you found something that's powerful and beautiful. And I have had the honor and the privilege of seeing that for so many people and being a part of that journey. And I just really want to give a huge shout out to my husband, because you would definitely be my person. My husband has lost over 100 pounds of fat. He's changed his whole life, his mindset, who you are as a dad, who you are to your family, who you are as a stand for what's right and what's wrong. And I'm grateful, you guys, and I'm always so honored. And I know I say that, but I mean it from every part of me, that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I am so blessed to be able to share it. And we're just getting started. Alberta, we're coming for all of you. So you guys, with that, have an absolutely fantastic Monday. We'll see you on the page. We'll be posting, sharing inspiration, and feel free to reach out if you want to update on some macros, or just send your macros. If you just want that little bit extra so you can maintain, you can reach some new goals, maybe build some muscle, we can definitely all do it together.
Thanks, lady, and thank you for everything that you do.
Oh, thank you, Raina.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you. Bye.